This is the Times of India Health Plus podcast. It's where we explore specially curated conversations, wellness trends, and lifestyle tips from the TOI newsroom. Stay informed, stay healthy.
I'm Jahnavi TR, your host for this episode. Today, we are talking about something that's becoming almost impossible to escape. Open Instagram, visit a pharmacy, or even chat with a friend, and someone is likely recommending vitamin D, magnesium, omega 3, or a daily multivitamin. But here's the question: are we really becoming more deficient as a society, or are we simply becoming better customers? Can supplements actually make us healthier? To separate science from marketing, we are joined by two experts today. First, we have Dr. Sreedhara V, Senior Consultant Surgical Gastroenterologist at Apollo Hospitals, Bengaluru. Our second guest is Ms. Prachi Chandra, Lead Clinical Nutritionist at Sakra World Hospital, Bengaluru. Welcome, Dr. Sreedhara and Prachi. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jahnavi.
So, Dr. Sreedhara, let's start with the one question which everybody who is listening is currently wondering about, and even we are thinking about. If we opened our kitchen cabinet or our medicine cabinet today, there will be n number of supplements sitting there. Out of them, how many do you think are actually necessary, and how many do you think are simply just sitting there?
Okay, the community now, or the people in general, have become very health conscious.
Right.
When you look at some time back, a few decades before, they always used to come to the hospital at a very late stage. Now, even with a minor problem, even when they're starting a fitness program or small disease that comes up, immediately they are worried and they reach out to the doctors there. And supplements definitely becomes a part of their rehabilitation or a corrective part, because sometimes a disease itself can cause nutritional deficiency, or sometimes the medications which they take can cause some deficiencies. To support that one, supplements are a part of prescription now. But for the general public who are doing a regular work, routine work, and have a balanced diet, I don't see a reason why they should take vitamin supplements for every day unless they
Right.
fall sick on and off.
Correct. So, Prachi, from a nutritionist perspective, like doctor was mentioning, like what is the need for people to take vitamins? Is it because people are generally becoming more health conscious, or is it like people see something on social media, there's a new wellness trend happening, and they just go to the store and buy the next trending supplement?
So I totally agree with what Dr. Sridhar said because it's more of a social media and other thing. From a nutritionist point of view, their diet is lacking in the variety. There is no variety in the food. They'll be eating the limited vegetables or the dals or the pulses which they like. So, as per what my opinion is, if you include a variety, unless and until you are diseased or you have deficiency of vitamin, extra supplementation is not required.
That brings me to my next question, Prachi. Like many people today believe that, the food we eat, it does not give us all the nutritions we require. People think that their everyday diets are not at all enough to give them all the supplements or the nutritional supplement that they need. So, is there any truth to this, or how can people ensure that, they get their nutrients from a balanced diet? What steps can they take?
So first of all, they have to focus to eat a balanced diet. We'll be in such a hurry and the busy schedules. We'll end up eating what is easily preparable or what is easily available. Most of us are eating the instant foods that gets cooked in 2 or 3 minutes. So the more processing any nutrient go, the faster it cooks. Will obviously will have the less amount of vitamins and minerals. So if our diet is based like on the foods that are more processed, we need to have extra supplements from the diet. But if we go for the local and the seasonal fruits and try to incorporate them as a part of a balanced diet where there are vegetables also, fruits also, good amount of pulses, milk products, unprocessed cereals are there, then I don't think so a special need is required to add extra vitamins.
Okay. Dr. Sreedhara, you were mentioning how, nutritional supplements are also written into prescriptions in case of certain conditions. So, on this note, I want to ask you, are vitamin and mineral deficiencies becoming more common in our society, or are people simply more aware now and getting tested more aware now, and that's why, these things are being prescribed more frequently now?
Both are correct actually, because one, all of us used to have home food before.
Correct.
We never depended upon the instant foods or the Swiggy, Zomato deliveries and all those things. And our parents made sure that we take a balanced diet there. Whole foods, whole fruit, or what do you call the unprocessed food actually. So, or the junk food, we never used to have it. So I think that made sure that without our knowledge, we used to have a good amount of balanced diet. The other thing is, because most of the people are coming to the working class now, or they're away from the home. Most of them either order on the online Swiggy, Zomato kind of things, or it's in the PG hostels where the food is obviously the nutrition part is not the main concern. Rather than filling the stomach is the main reason why food is prepared over there. And nowadays, every person, every family now, and even the workplace, they make sure that the employees who come and join there get a health checkup done. So this is where I'm the more, though the I'm sure the incidence has been almost same, because of the awareness of being more fit or more healthier is being there. Everybody gets checked periodically, once in 6 months or once in a year. Even before that manifest as a disease, these deficiencies, it will be seen at the biochemical level at the lab values. That is when immediately a correction is done, either as diet correction or because of the supplements, or sometimes we'll have to give some injectables also if the condition is very bad. So, I mean, both are correct. I think the awareness and also balanced diet takes a bigger responsibility there in making our population much fitter and healthier.
Doctor, I have one more follow up question for you. This is probably one of the biggest questions that everybody asks themselves every day. Does a healthy adult really need to take a multivitamin pill, or do they need a multivitamin supplement?
A healthy adult does not have to take a multivitamin pill unless he is recovering from a disease or he is suffering from a disease. So, some people will have malabsorption either because of a bariatric surgery or because of a chronic diarrhea or cancer. Those are the people who need supplements along with the corrective measures for the disease there. Otherwise, a person who is taking balanced diet, good amount of fiber, and also cereals, lentils, and fruits and nuts, and a little bit of animal protein by way of at least by milk, cheese, or paneer, I think they'll be good without taking any supplements.
Prachi, who are some groups who will genuinely benefit from supplementation? Like, uh, do vegetarians need it more, or do pregnant women need it more? Who are some groups that could benefit from it?
Yes, in addition to what Sir told, if anybody is suffering from the malabsorption or the GI related disease or under has gone surgery, the normal in a normal general population, people who are like pregnant ladies, lactating ladies, where the needs of the body are little more to support the growth of another individual, or the people who are following the vegan diet these days, or keto diet, or some kind of fat diets, because they'll be limiting the nutrients in their diet to follow that fat diet, so they will be requiring supplementation extra. And sometimes medications in track like metformin for diabetics, metformin will not allow vitamin B absorption, so those kind of people require little supplementation, but and obviously it should be under guidance of a doctor and a dietitian.
Prachi, how often do people come to you and ask about these multivitamins and protein supplements or iron supplements? And what are some doubts they generally come to you with? Are there any interesting cases which come to your mind?
So generally, as sir also told, the awareness is increasing more in the people who are undergoing health checkups. Na? So those are the ones who will be coming and asking frequently. And these days, social media is full of different proteins, and they are marketing themselves that we are a purest. We will increase your energy level, boost your energy levels, and all that. So same thing, people come up with, and they ask, shall I take this supplement, shall I take that supplement, or shall I include protein? And creatine is very common. The ones who are going to gym without knowing their protein requirement, whether they don't know whether they are going for bodybuilding or just for the weight loss, but they all want to take creatinine because the gym trainer has told them to take it.
Correct. I think gyms have become one way for people to actually start thinking more deeply about, nutrition. Once they get into the fitness journey, I think everybody wants to know what they can take to make themselves stronger. On that note, Dr. Sreedhara, so there's also other thing where, hair fall is a big problem now. Insomnia is a big problem, and low energy is a big problem. And what even I think I'm also sometimes guilty of doing is we go on social media and when we watch reels or something, there will be someone who will be recommending, oh, if you're having insomnia, start taking magnesium. And then there are people who say, oh, if you're having hair fall, maybe you don't have vitamin D or B12. And then, you need iron supplements. And then someone immediately goes and, it's so easy to order now and get these and start taking them. So, do you recommend blood tests before people actually start doing this? And could it also have an adverse impact if someone just randomly picks up something like this and starts taking it?
Yeah, definitely. Their suspicion could be right, but it may not be the truth by itself. One, they need a consultation with a hair specialist or a skin specialist looking at the hair fall, or a psychiatrist or a psychology person. If there is any stress level, why the person is having less sleep. Just because insomnia, they should not start taking the magnesium supplements. We should always have a biochemical levels. One, to know the amount of deficiency in the vitamins or the nutrients. The second thing is, after the correction, how much has it improved? Or sometimes, even with the correction, the levels may not go up, especially calcium and magnesium go together. Unless one is supported, the other one will not go up. So we need to check on those things. And obviously, Insta Reels are not the Bibles for these things, which can guide us through what is best for us. It is the doctor whom you can approach at a short notice, or in your neighborhood, who can tell you how to take and what to take and when to take and how long. And that is going to make them more confident because they're not deciding for themselves. It is the doctor who is guiding them what to take, actually. It's better to be dependent on a doctor than on an Insta reel.
Definitely,
So at
definitely.
least we're going to sort out the problem for a good way, in a good way, actually. Yes.
But doctor, do people come to you with these theories? Do they come and ask you, doctor, I saw this on Instagram, I saw this on Twitter, should I do this? Do you see such cases?
Yes, yes. So we get people. One is the neighborhood people. Like, imagine a patient has undergone a surgery or suffering from a disease, and we put on the medications. And nowadays, with all the chat groups and everything within the family or within the apartment complex and everything, that will be posted there, and they come with a suggestion saying that my neighbor has told this, my uncle has told this. Is it right? And all this. Obviously, the Insta reels, they don't tell it, but what they say is usually, I have heard this particular supplement is required. I've seen patients getting benefit out of it. So I said, maybe that guy, for that person, that may be the truth, but we need to evaluate for you. We need to make sure that it will give equally good results for you also. And most of the times, once they have come with the intention of listening to us and believing in us.
Right.
People who don't want to believe in us, they never come to us. So that way we are sure that with a proper guidance, they're going to fall in place, and their recovery is much more streamlined and better.
So, Prachi, when someone comes to you with maybe a report where it says, they have so and so deficiencies, so what is the course of action? Do you usually try to first correct the deficiency through the diet itself? How often is food just enough, or is it a combination of, supplements and diet?
So it's a combination of both food and diet, and moreover, once they reach a nutritionist, before that they would have consulted a doctor, especially in the health check. So, if they are a deficient, for example, if they are deficient in vitamin D, doctor already would have prescribed some D rise or some the supplements for them. So whatever medications they have prescribed to them, we tell them in addition to that, this is how you can improve your food intake. You can expose yourself to the sun in case if they are at in less in vitamin D level. So what time they should expose, how much they expose, like use of fortified foods, for example, in case of vitamin D. So like that we tell them, because it's in the deficiency stage, you can't totally cover them up only with the food. Once they come to the normal level with the use of medication, and so then along with the food you can maintain your levels to the normal.
Prachi, could you give us a couple of like practical tips? Now you said fortified foods will help someone who has a vitamin D deficiency. In the same way, if someone has an iron deficiency, what are some foods that they can take? What are such things which are very easily available, which people can take along with the medications to sort of have that supplement component in their diet?
So for iron these days, many people they would have seen the salt is also fortified with iron, double fortified with iron and iodine. So if they take that, in case if they have little iron deficiency anemia, it will help in that. And in case they have hypothyroidism, so iodine content also will be taken care of. Similarly, for any fat soluble vitamin deficiency, whether A or D, we tell them to go for the fortified oils or milk, because they are a fat soluble vitamin, right? So they need some source of fat. Otherwise, for other micronutrients like zinc and this one, selenium and all, these days some of the food products like vermicelli and all are also fortified. Some of the companies are fortifying food, so whenever possible, try to include the foods which are fortified ones.
Even the wheat flour now, they're fortifying with nutrients and giving it.
Okay,
If I can add to what Prachi has said, so sometimes it will be seen as a disease from the family members. They
correct.
start giving a little bit more supplements to one particular person in the family,
Hmm.
and they don't think it should be given to other people. So we usually emphasize balanced diet should be the normal dietary habits for the family, not just the person. Here the person has come with a deficiency. We also have to make sure that other members in the family do not suffer later for with some deficiency. So make it a habit to give this balanced diet for the entire family, by either the patient, either the deficient person or the head of the family being setting an example. So we are always hesitant in taking enough fruits and vegetables. I tell them to start the meals with fruits and vegetables and then go with the main course. So that way you are ensuring that whatever the change in the habit is going to make it better later, and they don't have to suffer from these deficiencies later.
True. As sir told Janvi, even the fruits, we generally you would have seen people bringing lots of tons of fruits when patient is hospitalized, and none of them would have eaten once they were healthy. So again, fruits should be taken as a preventive thing, rather than giving them loads of. For us, to, it is very common. Attendants will say, give fruit to the patient, give juices to the patient. They are feeling low, their hemoglobin is less. So that's what we also educate them. Take it as a preventive thing, not as a curative thing. Eating 3 4 apples or kiwis or avocado that time will not improve your platelet level or iron levels. If you would have taken them as a preventive thing, you would have been much in a better condition.
Yeah, what you both said is a very valid point that I think I've seen in my own household and even all the other people I see around me that, not everybody gets on the balanced diet. It's usually like you mentioned, one person who is like deficient in something or fell ill, and then people force feed that person. But like you mentioned, I think the whole family getting on that balanced diet would be beneficial for everyone. So, Dr. Sreedhara, now we were talking about vitamins and like how people just randomly take it without consultation sometimes. On that, I want to ask, like, is taking too many vitamins also harmful to health? Like, are there any symptoms people should look out for which could indicate that they're taking a certain mineral or a certain vitamin in excess?
In general, most of the patients do not take excessive supplements. All
Okay,
those people will have those people who have got unrealistic goals, like Prachi was mentioning, people who are going into a fitness program, a gym goers or something. They'll start depending upon the words of the gym trainer and take those supplements. And the moment they go on a keto diet, instead of the fiber, they start supporting with the supplements actually. Easy to mix with water and milk, easy to consume, and then on the go that way. So those are the patients we would expect will go into hypervitaminosis actually, or that's what we call. Obviously, there are a lot of problems. Some people can even have a liver failure or nerve damage, or sometimes they can land up in our emergency also. Giving a proper history about what they have been taking and ability to understand the constituents of that supplement they are taking will help us in treating them. So obviously, even these patients, when are taking the supplements, if they get a periodic checkup on the biochemical markers, the blood levels, maybe even before they fall sick, we'll be able to ask them to stop or reduce the supplementary support they're receiving there. But those people who just believe in the supplements and not don't believe in getting the blood check done or going to a doctor, or will suffer for sure. So it's always wise that any blood level, whether it is AD, EK, or vitamin B levels, increased levels is not at all acceptable. It has to be in the normal range always. So a periodic checkup for all the patients who are on the supplements is a must.
Okay. Doctor, on the same lines, like now someone will be probably be prescribed a vitamin D pill because they have a deficiency, or someone will be on a calcium supplement. Along with this, if they take a multivitamin also, can it cause again, like, would it have any adverse interactions, or can taking this multivitamin interfere with the prescription medicine?
By itself, some people will take calcium and iron supplements. We don't suggest that to be taken together actually. Or the fat soluble vitamins, we don't suggest them to, or vitamin supplements, we don't tell them to take it at night, because they help in the metabolism and cell growth and regeneration and everything. It is better taken in the morning hours. If there are more than one supplements to be taken, we always, I am sure Prachi will add to this, it has to be spaced out by an hour or two, so that the maximum utilization of that supplement is available there. We don't want the patients taking the supplements and after 3 months, then the blood levels are not increasing or the patient is not feeling comfortable. So definitely all these supplements has to be phased out, or sometimes should not be avoided, should be avoided taking at the same time. Yeah.
Prachi, do you have anything to add to
No,
this?
no, I truly agree with what sir says. They don't know about the interactions and the timing and the spacing, and there will be a nutrient interaction and drug nutrient interaction also. So I agree totally with the sir. Unless and until a doctor or a nutritionist prescribe them to have, they should additionally not include on their own.
Yeah, the patients would prefer taking everything at one go and then forget about it for the rest of the day. And they expect the supplements to work their best for them, which does not hold true actually. Yes.
Got it. Okay. Now, Prachi, the next thing is vitamins and vitamin pills are on one side. The other kind of products we are seeing are probably gummies and then wellness shots, and people take it through IV also. And then there are collagen drinks and green powders. So, what are these things? Are they really beneficial, or is it just like, another thing that is like packed in clever marketing and like put on social media and then people just buy it? Like, what do these things actually have any benefits?
No, they don't have any special benefits, and we have to see how much vitamins are they providing. The gummies and the drinks and all, how much percentage of the total requirement are they providing? If they are providing 50% and more, and if you are deficient, including them would be beneficial, but it is more of the marketing thing, because a doctor will know better how much you need and for how much duration, what is the dose. So because everybody will not like having the vitamins in a form of syrup, because many of those are not tasty also. So everybody wants something fancy. So for, especially for the kids, they might not be okay drinking in a form of a syrup. For them, giving gummies and all, it's fine, but we have to see the ingredients and the dose of nutrients that are there in that.
Okay, okay.
One other thing, if I can add there, some people are very conscious about how many tablets they're consuming. One is for
Correct.
the disease, One is for the regular morbidity like diabetes, hypertension, and everything. And then for the symptoms like stomach pain or leg pain or something, painkillers. And then you have an acidity tablets, and then you have the supplements. So somewhere to reduce the number of tablets being taken, so sometimes we give it in the form of a syrup or a fast dissolving in a water, like immediate dissolving, or sometimes we get small patches where we keep it on our tongue and immediately absorption. That gives them, they're not taking the tablets but still they're taking the supplements there. So only thing here, we have to make sure the bioavailability, how much of the nutrient is there in that and how much is it available for improving the patient's condition, and then prescribe accordingly. So again, just going on the Insta or on the internet search will not be enough. Even this has to be discussed with the nutrition specialist or the consultant doctor, and then a decision has to be taken.
The next question is for both of you. Any one of you can answer. So, when someone is buying a supplement, let's say they went to a store, or if they are buying online, what are some things that they should look for, like when they're checking the ingredient list or when they're looking at the label? Are there any quality indicators which indicate, okay, this is a safe thing to buy? Like, what should people usually look for?
Then I'll ask Prachi to answer that one.
So, what we suggest is they should at least go for a little reputed brand and then see whether they have done the proper quality checks and all. As sir told, how much is the bioavailability, and at least above 50%, preferably is 90 to 100%. They should be able to give RDA the normal requirement. They should be able to provide, and interaction again. If there is a major interaction, we have to see and then consume them.
Yeah, just availability of the vitamins is not enough in the supplements they take. They have to see how much of that each vitamin is available and what is the recommended dosage there. And sometimes it is a poorly regulated industry in our country. Anybody can claim to be giving the best supplements to the people who are buying it. So it becomes the responsibility of the person consuming it and also the nutritionist or the doctor who is prescribing to check on those things. I'm sure with the experience, the nutritionist or the doctor, they will have a list of companies or the products which will do the best for the patient. So they can always discuss with them and then take a decision about continuing with it.
Prachi, my final question is, as a nutritionist, when you're recommending a diet for a average healthy person, what are some things that should be on the plate, and what are some nutrients that should compulsorily be on the plate, and how can people very easily get it?
So I will start from the last part first. Nutrients, actually, if you see, we need 33 nutrients every day for the normal body functioning. So
Oh
we
wow,
can't
okay.
get all through in one meal, in one food, or in one plate. So
Correct.
that's why we emphasize to include variety, and the ideal balanced diet, how they can be near to the balanced diet is they have to follow a plate method, what we say. So if you divide your plate into two parts, 50% should be your fruits and vegetable, as told by sir also. Sir tell, like we tell our patients to start day with or a meal with fruit or a vegetable, depending on which meal it is, and followed by rest 50% should be divided again into two parts. So 25% at least should be the protein in your diet. Both can be from a vegetarian source or a non-vegetarian source, but at least 50% of the protein that a person requires in a day should come from a good biological value protein. So milk and milk products, preferably the low fat version, and the lean meat can contribute to it. Apart from that, a little portion of nuts, milk, or in the form of a curd, and 25% should be your whole cereals, the unprocessed grains, whether it's a rice or a millets or a cereal. So this is how ideal plate should be, and the oil intake as minimum as possible.
Yeah, I usually suggest a neighborhood kind of balanced diet. Whatever is available in the neighborhood, that should be
Hmm.
taken. You can take an exotic fruit or a vegetable as once in a time kind of an experience, but all your cereals or your fruits and vegetables should be available in the neighborhood, and it should not be repeated in a short while. Make a note, have a diary, So you do not repeat it till you have exhausted the available vegetables in your neighborhood and then come back to it. Same thing goes with the fruits or the cereals there. And even with the 3 meals a day, it should not be repeated, at least the fruits or the cereals. We are a strong carbohydrate rich kind of diet. We take all the 3 meals. That is where we need to start controlling it and then improve on the cereals, I mean, improve on the fruits and vegetables.
We should be vocal for seasonal foods.
I think that was something my grandmother also used to tell me. She's like, buy the fruit which is available in the season and just eat it. You don't need to plan too much. So I think the biggest takeaway from today's conversation is that supplements are meant to just supplement, but not really replace a healthy, balanced diet. And also always consult a doctor or a nutritionist rather than just blindly buying into a trend. So, Dr. Sreedhara, Prachi, thank you so much for joining us in this conversation today. It was lovely to talk to you both.
Same here. Enjoyed this talk with Prachi and Jahnavi.
Thank you so much, Janvi and Dr. Sreedhara, for such a wonderful interaction.
Don't tune out yet. It's time for the nutrition power tip of the week from nutritionist Pooja Makhija.
Proteins seem to have become the hot buzzword. Yes, proteins are important, but more isn't automatically better. Your requirements depend on your age, body size, activity, health, and your goals. The bigger issue I see today is that most people are trying to buy everything labeled high protein without actually looking at the rest of the food they eat. Protein is one piece of the puzzle. You'd still need fiber, healthy fats, micronutrients, and carbohydrates. Remember, the first function of carbohydrates is protein sparing action. When there is no carb, the proteins have to do the job to provide calories and thus cannot do their own job of repair and wear and tear. So don't just chase proteins, build a balanced plate.
Thanks for tuning in to the Times of India Health Plus podcast. You can catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or the TOI app. And if you have a health topic you'd like us to discuss, write to us at toihealth.plus@timesofindia.com. Stay healthy and see you next time.